This county looks like a supermarket version of games like Stardew Valley, but is it really that? There are definitely some things you must know before buying the game, so watch the video to find out. Oh, there's also a giveaway in this video, so see the pinned comment on how you can win a V Rising key. Subscribe and like, or my goblins will clog your toilet. Oh, and join my Discord servers, there's goodies there. I'll start with gameplay right off the bat because there's a lot you need to know before you buy this county, currently at discounted price. We do have to talk about some questionable quality of life choices, especially one. The beginning is very similar to the games in the genre. You leave the big city to come to a small town, but this time around your aunt is actually alive and not dead like in the other games and wants to boss you around. She owns a small store and needs you to run it and expand into a real supermarket, or so she wants. So you start off with a very few products and need to order stock, restock and work the till all by yourself, which isn't as bad as it sounds. You get bonuses for completely satisfied customers and get rated accordingly each and every day except Sundays, which are your day off. It all sounds great, but the execution is a bit lacking or bare bones. And bare bones is the name of the game here because I couldn't shake the feeling as if I'm playing an early access game and not a full release. Let me explain before you comment me with pitchfork and torches. First off, the town. I don't mind the size of the town or the number of NPCs. Not every game needs to have 100 of people you need to remember. In fact, I like the size because it's easy to remember where everything is. The problem is there's nothing to do in the town, and there's a lot of things closed down, such as a mysterious cursed museum in the middle of the town which never reopens, or an auction house in the harbor which also remains closed for the whole game. So on your free days, what you'll do is mostly see if there's any triggers for the NPC's quests, and after that you'll restock your store and go to sleep. On workdays, you'll probably check the hardware store for new furniture and go to your suppliers for special product you can't get delivered, which is limited in how much you can get per week and only they can supply. But you can increase the amount you get with perks. But even that seems a bit bare bones. Each of those suppliers provides 3 tiers, so 3 different products which you unlock as the game progresses. The days seem horribly same, as if you're caught in some Groundhog Day loop, broken only when you unlock a new product which you need to stock. What's absolutely not exciting though is ending your day, and I don't know why the developers didn't think of that, but at the end of each day you get a rundown of how much of each product you sold, how happy the customers were, etc. Each product you sold pops separately, as does everything else, and you cannot skip it. You have to watch it every day, and when your store grows and you sell a lot of product, you can just sit there and watch at the screen as everything is going on. Please give us the skip button in one of the updates, because sometimes it really will bother you just to look at how it's going and you will not be able to do anything. It's a good statistic tool, don't get me wrong, but the problem is there's not much you can do to actually influence the sale, it seems. While there are boosters and posters, a lot of the time it seems shoppers choose randomly. I would love if we could have something like catalogs or flyers sent to people's homes and influence the price. It would give us something to do and plan each week as we see fit. New product? Let's sell it at discounted price. Halloween? Let's have a themed sale. Oh wait, we can't. There's no changing of the seasons or any kinds of festivals in the game. Oh well. The way you unlock products you can order at will is by completing daily and weekly challenges in order to get discounty points, which you then redeem for things, bigger pockets or new products. You never get any real help at the store, even when it expands. I say any real help because you do get something, but without spoiling anything, let's just say the help is minimal. At first, you have to work the till manually, input quantity of the item bought and multiply it by the price. It's not too bad when you're starting out, but soon you'll want to unlock the scanner. And for a day or two you wish you never did, because it's associated with a minigame. The barcodes are not at the same spot for each product, so you have to turn the product to scan it, or the product group. At first you'll get lost because in-game explanation is lacking, but the easy explanation is whichever way the code is, you have to press the same direction. For example, produce has barcode on your left hand side, so you have to press A on the keyboard to turn it the correct way. After you get the hang of it, you'll be pretty quick, so that's not a problem. Running the store is actually the most enjoyable activity in the game, and it feels like the only activity in the game. It feels like you're doing something, and it's actually designed very well, with the exception of some customers being dumb and not seeing the product they want right in front of them. One guy wanted 3 fishy sticks. He took 2 out of the cooler, and because there were no more on that cooler, he didn't bother to take the last fishy stick from another cooler right next to him, and then he was disappointed and angry. But overall, the running of the store is actually really good. You'll run out of space soon, but with some Sokoban level skills you can solve even that problem. It's a shame this is the only real activity in the game. You can also buy new walls and floor patterns and combine them to your liking. As you can see, I didn't really bother with aesthetics. Let the people just stare at purple. After the work is done, you'll maybe stick around for restocking, ordering missing product, recycle the boxes, and go home to sleep until the next day. Even if you have some quests, you'll be done in a minute or two, so off to sleep at 8 PM you are. Speaking of quests, let's check on the NPCs. The people are usually the life of such games, and they're again very bare bones here. You do get to know them to some degree and find out that a lot of them are actually pretty rude people, but outside of some specific quests, they're not really anything but a device to get the plot going. You never really feel as part of the town, like you really know the people. They're not your neighbors or friends, they're just pixels for you to click on. Sometimes they'll actually interfere with your business. I was getting fish from the fisherman, and his quest for tier 2 of products got him depressed. So he didn't want to talk to anyone, and I ran out of fish to sell. He didn't want to talk for 4 straight days. So I had to really come up with some strategies to offset his poor feelings. Some characters are really something. As you expand for the first time, you expand into a long closed down tea shop with previous owner living happily retired. But everyone nags you about how could you? Why are they angry at me for expanding into a place that was falling apart and was probably a public danger? The owner was retired, he won't come back ever again, but still an old lady who, by the way, was always the first one in the store in the morning, was telling me off on how I'm destroying the identity of the town. The identity was dilapidated town, just like you old hag. She didn't seem to have a problem with new expanded stock of products, the old hypocrite. Other characters kind of follow the same suit. Most of them walk around seemingly not doing anything, so the town is very artificial and not nearly as alive as Stardew Valley. The aunt ordering around you seems fishy, and honestly so do almost all of the characters. There's some attempts at deeper storylines, but it all fizzles out pretty quickly. And that's not a number of NPCs thing, mind you, it's more of a bare minimum thing. All in all, characters are forgettable, which is a bit off since there's not a lot of them and they could be developed more in depth because of it. I wish for more interactions, but we get very little here. Again, a shame, because the quests are actually pretty fun. Again, coming to the when there's something to do in the game, it's fun conclusion, but sadly there isn't much to do. Which brings me to our protagonist. Character creator is lackluster, and our character is the blandest protagonist I've seen in a while. Even Henry from Kingdom Come Deliverance has more personality. My dude just did everything he was told to. No choices or moral objections. Nope, he just destroyed paperwork, which was clearly showing some criminal activities involving the council representative. There's no let's investigate this route, just Yeah, okay, if that's what you want. You really are just a puppet for everyone to use as they see fit. And as your store grows, your wealth does too, but you never get anything out of it. You never move out of the trailer or get a garden to maybe grow on your own produce. You never get to hire a cashier or anything like that. Well, that's not totally true. You can buy flowers and crystals for your home, but you know what I mean. It seems like all of your hard work is just for the benefit of others. I'm not going too deep into the story because it's pretty shallow and you can see where it's going from a mile away. I'll just say this. There's a choice at the end of the game, but it leads to the same conclusion. So even that doesn't matter. After the story ends, there is really no reason to play the game any further unless you really like running your not really supermarket. You never get to that size. I like the visuals. They're not your run-of-the-mill pixel graphics almost all of this kind of games share. The art is nice, and yes, your character looks huge. But I like that. You won't get lost anytime soon. The maps are nice for the most part. Some of the design decisions are slightly off, but nothing that would make you want to quit the game in anger. Exteriors are all very nice and well put together. The forest has some nice froggies running around, and the graphics are cute and unique, which fits the game perfectly. Interiors are okay too, even though you'll sometimes wonder how your character fits in the bed. But they're nice, it's just too little of them. Because some places never reopen, you're limited to where your character can enter, and I'll be honest, there's very few places, and even then there's nothing to do. You can't get drunk at a bar or play some minigames, nothing. Just enter, see it, and leave. Which is again a shame because I think the visuals would shine even more with something to do in the game. As it stands, the visuals do the job very well and are second best thing right after the workdays in the store. The sound is very typical for this kind of games, everyone speaks in gibberish, but it's cute and I like it. I'll say this, the rats sound absolutely visceral and I was surprised by that. It feels like I'm going to be attacked just like in Dark Souls. Otherwise, the sounds of the game fit very well. Each character has their own little voice and it's nice to go around hearing things like sheep, rainfall, and so on. Music fits as well. There's just one track for each occasion though, so morning, day, and night have their own track while you're in Midtown. Supermarket also has just one theme, and so on. It becomes noticeable as you go, so more tracks would be nice, but it's never to the point that it will make you quit the game. This county currently costs about $16, $27 if you decide to buy the supporter pack with a whole of, let me check, one outfit for you to wear. The problem I see is the theme of this review. Everything seems bare bones and it's not ready for a full 1.0 release. You'll get your rush from running the store, yes, but there's so little after your workday that you'll really feel like you're someone without any kind of life outside of work. The story is about 15 to 20 hours long, but there's actually not that many quests in it. Mostly you'll just run the shop to progress to the point of triggers, so even that is very bare bones. Trying to justify the price becomes a bit hard. Let's compare it to something with a similar gameplay loop, something like Dave the Diver. It's also a game where you do a lot of the same things every day, but the game keeps on adding interesting things that will keep you wanting and getting more every day. This county will keep you wanting more but never really giving it. You can't even pet the cat, which is very disappointing. It's disappointing because there's so much potential here, but we never get to see it. This county is not a bad game. There's just not enough here to justify a purchase unless you have some Steam credit to burn through. That's it for this review. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and join my new Discord server. There will be news and giveaways there, so come on, just join it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!